It started as just another quiet week in Seoul, until news broke that someone had once again tried to force their way into BTS Jungkook's home. But this time, it wasn't a young obsessive fan or someone accidentally pressing the wrong doorbell. Reports say it was a Japanese tourist in her 50s, calm, ordinary-looking, and completely unexpected, who showed up at his door and tried to get in. And what makes this story even more disturbing is that this isn't a one-time situation. This has been happening every 2 months, like clockwork, creating a pattern that's raising serious questions about safety, privacy, and how far some people are willing to go. According to reports coming out of Korea, the Yongsan police station is now investigating the woman, known only as A, for attempted trespassing. Between November 12th and 14th, she allegedly pressed the door lock to Jungkook's residence over and over again. Not once, not twice, but repeatedly for days. Police haven't even confirmed whether she's still in Korea or if she quietly slipped back to Japan. What they have confirmed is that they're preparing to speak with Jungkook himself, just to establish the timeline and the details from his perspective. And that alone tells you how serious this situation is. What shocked fans even more is her age. Most people imagine obsessed fans as teenagers or maybe someone in their 20s, but this was a woman in her 50s. Someone old enough to know better, yet determined enough to stand at the front door of an international superstar and keep trying to force entry. That detail alone left fans stunned, because it goes against the entire stereotype of a sightseeing. It also raises a deeper question. What exactly pushed her to that point? Was this fan obsession taken way too far? Was she confused? Or was it something more calculated? Reports don't say, and that uncertainty makes the whole thing even more unsettling. But here's where the story gets darker. This isn't the first time. It's not even the second. News outlets and fan reports point out that attempts to trespass at Jungkook's home have been happening roughly every 2 months. It's become a bizarre, frightening pattern, almost like different people are taking turns. And fans can't help but wonder why. Is Jungkook's address being leaked? Is someone sharing it in hidden online spaces? Or is his home simply too easy to identify because of paparazzi photos and fan-shot videos? No one knows for sure, but the pattern is impossible to ignore. The first major incident happened earlier this year, right after Jungkook completed his military service. On the day he was discharged, a woman in her 30s from China, identified as B, was caught by police attempting to enter his home. According to what circulated online at the time, some fans believed she had been following him from a distance earlier that day, although nothing official confirmed that. Still, the timing was strange. Jungkook had just returned to civilian life, fans were celebrating, and meanwhile, someone was already trying to breach his home. The idea that someone could track him closely enough to know exactly when he'd arrive home added fuel to a growing fear. Someone somewhere was keeping tabs on him. And then, just 2 months after that, another woman from China, also in her 30s, known as C, showed up at his residence at the end of August. She too was caught attempting to enter. Fans couldn't ignore the similarities anymore. The same age group, the same pattern, the same target, every time. Online discussions exploded with theories, some saying this couldn't be a coincidence, others claiming that a small community of obsessive fans might be sharing his location with each other. Nothing has been proven, but the fact that fans are even thinking this way shows how much these incidents have affected them. But here's where the story gets darker. This isn't the first time. So why Jungkook? What makes him such a target? Part of it is obvious. He's one of the most recognizable faces in the world. His fame crosses countries, languages, and generations. To some people, the idea of getting close to Jungkook becomes an unhealthy obsession. Others may convince themselves they have a special bond with him, even though they've never met. And then there's the darker side. Rumors online suggesting that certain sightseeing communities buy and sell celebrity information, from schedules to addresses. These rumors remain unverified, but it's impossible to ignore the possibility when real incidents keep happening. One thing is clear. These intrusions aren't coming from casual fans. They're coming from people who knowingly cross boundaries. They aren't just showing up outside the building. They're pressing door locks, trying to go inside, taking it far beyond fandom and into something dangerous. And through all of this, The police response has become a major topic among fans. In many idol stalking cases, authorities take action, but the consequences are usually minimal. A fine here, a warning there, but rarely anything that truly prevents repeat incidents. Korean fans have been saying for years that the country needs stronger anti-stalking protections for public figures. Every time a new incident happens, the calls grow louder. This latest situation has reignited that conversation. Fans want accountability. They want harsh penalties. And most importantly, they want this to stop happening before someone gets hurt. HYB, the agency behind BTS, is also facing criticism. Many fans feel that not enough is being done to protect Jungkook's privacy. After multiple incidents with different intruders, some fans are demanding more security officers, stricter building access, or even an immediate change of residence. They're frustrated that the same nightmare keeps repeating, and that the burden seems to fall on Jungkook to handle the fear and disruption of having strangers show up at his home. Fans around the world have been reacting with outrage. Army members from Japan, China, Korea, the US, Europe, everywhere, have been demanding action. Many are calling this situation terrifying and beyond fandom. Some are worried this has escalated to a point where something dangerous could happen if it continues unchecked. Korean fans on community boards are urging the building management to tighten its security, saying that if strangers can reach the door of one of the world's biggest stars, something is very wrong. Meanwhile, international fans are pointing fingers at HYB, demanding stronger measures and public statements to reassure the public that Jungkook is safe. And through all of this, one question echoes across the internet. Why does this keep happening every 2 months? How are these women finding his address? Is there a leak? Is someone selling information? Or is this just the dark side of extreme fame? The kind where privacy becomes impossible to protect? We may never know the full truth, but the pattern is unmistakable. What's even more heartbreaking is imagining the emotional toll this could take on Jungkook. After years of dealing with fame, pressure, schedules, and satiating behavior, coming home should be where he finally gets peace. But if strangers keep showing up at his front door, that peace becomes impossible. He's a global superstar, yes, but he's also a human being who deserves safety like anyone else. As the investigation unfolds, fans are hoping this situation finally pushes authorities and HYB to make a serious change. Because if these incidents continue, if every 2 months a new stranger tries to enter his home, then something bigger needs to happen. This isn't normal. This isn't harmless. And this isn't fandom. It's a reminder that fame can draw admiration, love, and support. But it can also attract obsession, danger, and people who don't understand boundaries. And as long as this pattern keeps repeating, fans will keep worrying about what could happen next. For now, all we know is this. A woman in her 50s traveled to Jungkook's home and tried to force her way in. Before that, 2 other women did the same. And unless authorities take stronger action, this cycle may not stop anytime soon. And that's the part that scares fans the most.